change your heart, change your life, change the planet.
I started as a preacher. This project was me on a soapbox preaching about raw veganism and that my team of raw athletes was going to crush your team of omnivore athletes, and if you didn't eat like us, you're just not going to be on the podium anymore, so you better change your ways. And that didn't work. Nobody wants to be preached at. So I became a teacher. I started educating myself. Okay, well, let's look at the biochemistry. Let's look at the physiology. What are the underlying mechanics here? How does the body actually work? And how does diet affect that? So I devoured everything I could in biochem, microbiology, learning about gut flora, and human physiology. I learned a great deal and I started teaching. But I learned that it would go in this ear and it would come out that ear. Right? People listened to it and yeah, that's really interesting, that makes sense, but it didn't change anything. They understood it, but they didn't change anything. So I realized rather than preaching or teaching, the only way to reach people is to reach people. So now I'm a reacher. That's how I define myself. I'm a reacher. Not like Tom Cruise in the Jack Reacher movies, but the compassionate kind. Who knows what the word compassion means? Anybody? Definition of compassion? Yeah? Try it. Go ahead.
To feel for another.
To feel for another.
Or with another.
Or with another. Compassion in Latin comes from com, which means with or together, C-O-M, and pati, P-A-T-I. Pati means suffering. So compati, to suffer together. And empathy is also pati. Sympathy is pati. To be compatible means that we can suffer alongside each other and it's okay. We can go on a long 12-hour road trip together and we don't kill each other. You know, we are compatible, which means your suffering doesn't bother me and my suffering doesn't bother you. That's what compatibility means. So compassion is about getting in the water with somebody who's struggling. You're not standing on the beach and looking at the drowning person and saying, why didn't you get swimming lessons? If you had only got swimming lessons, you wouldn't be drowning right now. You need to understand the importance of swimming lessons. That's preaching. How could you be so stupid not to have gotten swimming lessons? A teacher is going to stand there on the shore and they're going to like, okay, I want you to move your arm like this and put your hand at this angle and I want your shoulder to be going like this and I want you to be kicking your feet like this, and the person's not the time for a swimming lesson either. The reacher says, oh, person drowning, let me get in the water and reach out to them. Let me grab their hand. Wow, okay, yeah, this water is now over our head. I get it. I get that you're scared. I see that you're struggling. So I'm present to that now, and I'm wet in water over my head. Now let me help you. Maybe I have some skills that you don't. Let me use those skills to help you back onto the beach. So I'm not judging them for being different than me, for not taking swimming lessons or not eating a vegan diet or a fruit-based diet or whatever it is. I'm not teaching them. I'm not just giving them information. Well, you wouldn't have heart disease if you did this. And did you know that cholesterol, blah, 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 blah. Instead, I'm sitting down to dinner with them. And I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about how they're doing. Where can I reach you? Where's my access point? How can I get to you? See, when we jump into these groups and we surround ourselves with this protective label, this protective identity, this bubble of the Woodstock Fruit Festival, it's really easy to feel like, hey, here I am surrounded by people just like me, and how amazing is that? And we feel so good being a part of this community. And it really amps up our self-esteem. We've got this label, we've got this identity now. We want to take it with us when we leave. But it really separates us from the rest of the world. And some people want that. Like, I want to be separated from the rest of the world. I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I want my fruit-based community. I want to move to an island and be alone with just my fruit-based community. But the world is going to reach you eventually. We can't escape it, especially 2016 forward. The world's coming. Are you ready to sit down with somebody else's suffering and be gentle with them in conversation, be nurturing with them in conversation, even if they make dramatically different choices than you?